Hey Mohammed, this is Frank from Max Digital, and as I mentioned, I wanted to shoot you over this quick video with some specific things that you guys can do yourself to help bring in more business just by better utilizing both your website and your Google business profile. All right, so I see you guys are plumbers in the DC area, so I had done a quick Google search on Plumber Washington DC, and here's the search results page that comes up. And since 90% of the people never click past the first page, you're going to want to try to get into as many of the 3 sections on this page as possible if you are looking to grow your business. So the first section here is the Google advertiser. So if you're not looking to pay Google advertising dollars to get into that top section, then you're going to want to focus on getting into the second and third section of the page. So the second section here is known as the Google Map Pack, and it consists of the 3 businesses with the strongest Google business profile. So I see you guys already have a Google business profile set up. And there's a couple things you're going to want to do to get into the Map Pack. And one is you want to make sure that you keep this profile active. So to do that, that means just continuing to get customer reviews and responding to those reviews timely, as well as continuing to upload new photos to the site. So you're going to want to have ideally more photos and reviews than your competitors do. And if you can geotag the photos, that's going to also help you in the ranking process. And then a couple other things about the profile. This field right here, the 750 character description field, you should try to use as much of it as possible and embed local buyer intent keyword phrases in there. And I'll explain what those are in just a second. And then the last thing you can do, if your competitors are doing it, is add new posts to the profile, kind of like social media posts. They're called Google posts. I think you had done that once in 2021 when I clicked over here. So that's how you keep the profile active, and that helps definitely in the ranking process here in the Map Pack. The other thing that you want to do is, because Google's a popularity contest, you want to have your business be found more times online than these competitors are. And so the way companies do that to try to get their business mentioned online is they register their company in online directories. So there's thousands of directories out there like Yelp.com, Angie's List, Nextdoor.com, just to name a few. And many of them are free to join. It just takes time to go out to each of those sites and enter in your business name, address, and phone number. And you're going to want to do that exactly the same way you have it set up here with Google in the Google business profile, so that Google doesn't get confused. They see all the listings as belonging to one business, and then you begin to outnumber these guys. So that's what you do to get into the Map Pack. 30 to 40% of the traffic is going to go to the businesses listed in this Map Pack. So it's critical, if you are looking to grow, that you get into that section. The last section down here of the results page is known as the organic listings. And to rank high in the organic section, it's based on the strength of your content and your backlinks profile. So after this Angie's List directory site, you start to see actual websites being listed here. And so the number 1 ranked website for plumbers in the Washington DC area is Len the Plumber. And I want to compare your content and backlinks to Len the Plumber's. So just looking at your content here, one thing I did want to point out is that Google looks for about 1,500 to 2,000 words on the home page for you to be considered an authoritative site or an expert in the niche. And so it would be helpful for you in the ranking process if you were to add more content, and that would be my number 1 recommendation, is add more content to the site. At a minimum, even if you didn't get to the Google expert threshold that I mentioned, you want to have more content than your competitors do. That's going to help elevate you in the ranking process. But you don't want to just add any content. It's very important that the content is dense with the local buyer intent keywords. These are the words that people are actually frequently typing into the Google search bar, and the phrases that you would like your site to be found for. The more these keywords are mentioned in your content, the more relevant Google will see your site to the search phrase. So let's just take a look here at, this is a site I use called Ahrefs, and it helps me to analyze different websites. So here's your website here. And right now, Google is not picking up the fact that you're not ranking for any keywords, which means Google is having a difficult time determining exactly what keyword searches they should link to relate to your content. So that's definitely one of the reasons why you want to add more content, because you want it to be very clear. And if you use the frequently searched for phrases for people who are looking for plumbers in your area, that's going to make it much easier for Google to match up what's in your content to what was being searched for. So let me give you an example. So here's this this site called Len the Plumber. That's the #1 site that's ranking here. But I wanted to also show you it's not lentheplumber.com. It's actually one of their back pages. They have a back page for the different service areas, and the reason they do that is because it allows them to dedicate a whole page to these local buyer intent keywords. So they have enough content to mention those keyword phrases frequently enough that it helps Google to identify them as the best fit for what was being searched for. So let's just take a look at their analytics here. Whoops. So they are currently ranking for 1,300 keyword phrases, and when I click into it, you can see exactly what they are, and you'll see here they got a lot of. This is their Washington DC page again, and so they have their ranking here for all these different variations for how somebody might search for a plumber in Washington DC. And so each of these keyword phrases, you can see the volume. This is the number of searches per month. So by being on the first page, they are able to participate in all this volume. And you can kind of count on about 10% of the volume going to them because they're on the home page even just one time. And so you can see they're ranked in the top 4 in each of these. And so they do this. They realize that's having a location page is what allows them to build their content in such a way that Google can recognize and match up their content to what's frequently being searched for. So they have a location page for every service area and probably every service they provide. And that's one of the things that we recommend to people is that if you have multiple, like for example, as a plumber, you might have build your content to get those Plumber Washington DC keyword phrases, but you might also do the same thing for leak detection Washington DC or water installs Washington DC and so forth, and that allow you to get even more traffic than what I just showed you on that page. So that's content in a nutshell. Add more content and build it so that it has the local buyer intent keyword phrases. The last thing I wanted to mention is backlinks. Backlinks are links from other websites over to your website, and they give legitimacy to your site in Google's eyes because they act as an endorsement of your site by those other sites. And so you want to have more backlinks than your competitors have. And right now your competitor has, let's see here, 224 backlinks from 40 unique referring domains. Right now you only have 2. So you would want to, in addition to adjusting your content to be able to participate in that traffic that I showed you, you also want to be adding more backlinks to your website. And so that will help you to rank and get to that first page. And so I hope that information is useful to you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And if you wouldn't mind just responding to the email to let me know if it was helpful or not, or if there's any other information that I should include in future videos, that will help me as well to continue to add value to small businesses. Thanks so much. Have a great day, and I look forward to hearing from you.